seeing that it is the hour, 6 p.m. on Tuesday, February 16th, I will call to order the Planning Commission of the City of Ceres. And I have such terrible feedback. I'm going to turn my volume down so I don't keep hearing myself. All right, before we do the Pledge of Allegiance, let me read this notice. This meeting will be held in accordance with Executive Order N2920, issued by California Governor Gavin Newsom on March 17, 2020, the Ralph M. Brown Act, California Government Code Section 54950 et seq, and the Federal Americans with Disability Act. This meeting will not be physically open to the public. All members of the public may participate and comment via the application Zoom. Meeting information website https://zoom.us/join. Remote public comment is also available for the Planning Commission meeting by emailing ann.montgomery@ci.ceres.ca.us by 6 p.m. date of meeting or via phone application Zoom. Okay, I've called the meeting to order, and now if Mr. Westbrook would display the American flag, I'll rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. If you rise with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Tom. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I appreciate it. I'm having a little audio difficulty, so I appreciate your patience. Okay, we're moving on to roll call. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Commissioner Del Nero,
Present.
Commissioner Johnson, Commissioner Catchell,
Here.
and Chairperson Smith.
Here. Thank you. Are there any conflicts of interest to declare?
No.
All right, seeing none, we'll move on to citizen communications to the commissions on matters not included on the agenda. Each citizen will have 5 minutes, while the Planning Commission welcomes and encourages participation in the Planning Commission meetings. Adopted rules allow no more than 5 minutes for expression of non-agenda items. Matters under the jurisdiction of the Planning Commission and not on the posted agenda may be addressed by the general public. However, California law prohibits the Planning Commission from taking action on any matter which is not on the posted agenda unless it is determined to be an emergency by the Planning Commission. Citizens are entitled to address the Planning Commission on any agenda item subject to the 5-minute provision. Public comments will now be accepted through Zoom. For those participating through the web, please raise your hand to request to speak using the hand icon located at the bottom right of your screen. If you are participating by phone, please press *9 on your phone. Names will be called in the order of the request are received, and your microphone will be unmuted when it's time for you to speak. Are there any members of the audience who'd like to speak at this time?
Yes, I have one hand raised, and that's Mr. Dave Pratt.
All right, thank you. If you'll unmute Mr. Pratt.
Okay, Mr. Pratt, your mic is unmuted.
Yeah. All right. I want to let everybody know they started working on the dog park today, and hopefully they'll get it back in the shape, and so it hopefully we'll get grass back in there and stuff. As far as I'm hoping that pretty soon we can get back to public meetings, because these online meetings don't always work out very well. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pratt. Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to speak under this item?
Yes, I see a hand raised for Miguel Zamudio. Mr. Zamudio, I've unmuted your mic.
Your mic is muted.
Yeah, how you doing, everybody?
Thank you.
Yeah, how you doing, everybody? Again, sorry. Yes, I'm the owner of 1624 Richland Avenue. I think I'm on the right meeting, right?
I think you are, sir, but this is this item, if you're calling about 1632 Richland Avenue, that is on the agenda, and we will get to it. Right now, we're taking folks who want to speak on items not on the agenda.
Okay, so, okay, cause, well, I had a couple issues with the development on the back of the property.
Yeah.
Basically, at 1620.
So, yeah, it'll just be a few minutes, and we'll give you an opportunity to speak.
All right, thank you, I appreciate it, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, is there anyone else in the audience that would like to speak on the matter that is not on the agenda?
I don't see any other hands raised.
Thank you. Do you have any public comments through email?
No, I have not received any email comments at this time.
Thank you. All right, then we'll move on to the consent calendar. Will the clerk please read the consent calendar?
Yes, item 1, clerk's report of posting. The agenda for the regular meeting of the Planning Commission of February 16th, 2021 was posted on February 10th, 2021. And item 2, approval of minutes from the meeting of February 1st, 2021, and all planning commissioners were present.
Thank you. Do I have a motion from the commission on the consent calendar?
I'll make a motion.
I
I'll
have a
make a-
motion from Mr. Del Nero.
Yes, I'll make a motion that we accept the consent calendar as read.
Thank you. I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Commissioner Del Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
Commissioner Catchell,
Aye.
and Chairperson Smith.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
Thank you. No items were removed from the consent calendar, so we'll move on to public hearings. Item 3, vesting tentative subdivision map 20-11, proposal for a vesting tentative subdivision map for a single-family residential subdivision consisting of 7 lots on a 2.02 acre site located at 1632 Richland Avenue. Omar Fernandez is the applicant. Mr. Michaels, do we have a staff report?
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chair. So what you have here tonight is basically, just to give you some background, in August of 2006, thank you, Tom, thank you, Mr. Westbrook, for putting up the map. In August of 2006, the Planning Commission approved a vesting tentative map for an 8-lot single-family residential subdivision located here at the site at 1632 Richland Avenue. Over the years, the approval of that map entitlement received several automatic time extensions through the state of California during the 2008-2016 time period during that recession, which extended the life of that entitlement on 2-year period increments through August 2018. However, the owner at that time never moved forward to complete the conditions of approval for that map, and as a result, approval of the entitlement expired in August 2018. Since that time, there's been a change in ownership of the property. The current owner desires to propose a 7-lot single-family residential subdivision for the site. Staff met with the applicant in August of 2020 to discuss the overall layout of the subdivision and the anticipated improvements required for the project. The applicant then proceeded to submit that entitlement request on November 30th of 2020. And so what you have is a proposal to subdivide 3 parcels that total a little over 2 acres into 7 single-family lots and 1 drainage basin. The home sites will be situated around a new cul-de-sac that will provide access to Richland Avenue. The entry for the cul-de-sac is situated between 2 existing homes at 1628 Richland Avenue and 1636 Richland Avenue that face Richland Avenue. The proposed parcel sizes for these lots range in size from 6,244 square feet to 9,437 square feet, with an average lot size of 7,277 square feet. That would be well above the minimum lot size requirement to subdivide the property. Now, one thing I want to note is when staff met with the applicant to discuss the project back in August of last year, staff informed the applicant that single-family residential zoning for this property does not require an official development plan entitlement through the City Planning Commission for the construction of those homes. The applicant indicated that his company would be constructing the homes and that they would be working with staff, on the design of those homes. Staff has conditioned the proposal to require certain exterior materials be incorporated into the design of these homes and ensure that standards such as the required setbacks, building heights, and other applicable development property standards for the subdivision be consistent with those with the R1 single family residential zone. And that concludes staff's presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Michaels. Does anyone on the commission have any questions of staff at this time? All right. Seeing none, I will open the public hearing and open to the public. Is there anyone in the audience that'd like to speak on this matter? And I believe, in addition to any others, I can't remember the gentleman's name, his last name, his first name was Miguel. And I believe this is the item that he was trying to speak on. But is there anyone representing the applicant that would like to speak on this item? Okay. Do you see anyone, Ann or Tom?
Yes, I see a phone number with area code 408. I will unmute that person's mic. Go ahead.
Your mic is muted, caller. Press *6.
Can you hear me now?
There. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good evening to everyone. This is Mr. Omar Fernandez. And I am here, I'm the applicant. I'm here to answer any questions anybody has regarding that subdivision. I am the builder and developer.
Okay. Does anyone on the commission have any questions of Mr. Fernandez?
I do, just to kind of clear my head. The north side of this property there's a ingress and egress easement that's 30 feet wide. What is going to happen with that land?
I wasn't clear on that question. Can somebody repeat that for me? It wasn't clear on the phone.
He's asking about an ingress or egress easement on the north side of the property.
Yes, actually, yes. So that easement, we are talking to the nearby neighbors, and what we're planning to do, based on the recommendation from the planning department from the city of Sirius, we are either going to donate it to the nearby neighbors so that they can have that access, and we can have entry to the water basin wherever we're going to put it, either from the front or from the side. So we're going to discuss that with the city of Sirius planning department. But yeah, we're willing to talk to the nearby neighbors on that, to work with them.
So at this point, who's going to be responsible for the maintenance on that?
Once again, please, somebody repeat that.
I believe he's asking about the maintenance on that property.
Yeah, the easement property, once again, like I said, we're going to either give it and donate it to one nearby neighbors, or we're going to donate it to the city of Sirius. They're going to have their access there for the water basin.
So let me make sure I understand. The question is about the ingress and egress easement. And Mr. Fernandez, what you're saying, as part of this transaction, you're planning to donate the property to the city, or have a transaction with the adjacent neighbor or property owner?
That is correct.
Yeah.
So in response to Mr. Johnson's question about maintenance of the property, that'll be determined on who ends up with, you're intending to abandon the easement is what I hear you saying.
Yes, because at this point, that's what works best for us at this moment for the subdivision.
Yeah, if
You
I
don't
may,
need that easement. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, if I may, Chair. So the house that's just out of that easement they have a garage that faces to the north. They get access
That is right.
to that property through that easement. So it makes a lot of sense that it would be potentially donated to that property owner just to south so that they can maintain access to their home just the way that they have been for many, many years. So
I see.
so that
Yeah.
lot A is not included as part of the subdivision.
Yes, exactly. So they've been there for many years, and I really don't want to take their right away from their garages. I think there's 3 or 2. I'm not too sure of that.
I think that Mr. I think the fellow who wanted to speak, I think he lives at that house.
Okay. All right. Is there any other questions of Mr. Fernandez? Okay, thank you, Mr. Fernandez. If you can stand by just in case.
Yes, ma'am. I'll be here standing by.
Okay, Ann or Tom, can you see if you can identify Mr. Miguel? I can't remember his last name, started with a Z. See if he's ready to address the commission.
Yes, his hand is raised. It's Miguel Zamudio, if I'm pronouncing correct. I'm going to unmute his mic.
Zamudio, yes.
Yes, how you doing, everybody? Sorry again. Yeah, I'm the
That's
owner
okay.
of
Thank you for
1624
waiting.
Richland. No. Thank you guys for taking the time to talk to me. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm the owner of 1624 Richland, and I just heard what Mr. Fernandez said about it. So yeah, that's actually the east side, south side of the location. That faces my garage. So that's the only access point that I got to my property. So yeah, I mean, if they're gonna leave it alone, I really appreciate it because that's the only way I got into my garage.
Yeah, so it sounds like Mr. Fernandez has indicated his willingness to conduct a transaction with you to make sure that your access to your property continues. Tom or James, it sounds like the two of them need to be connected so that they can work out the details of that.
Yeah, at some point, it's anticipated that the agreement between the two owners would have probably a future lot line adjustment, perhaps, where you would still have perhaps an easement that would go across the property over the PUE, but that with the line, the edge of that 30-foot would be merged, and so that's all one lot. And they still have a PUE that would run across the northern end, but that would be maintained for his access, Mr. Zamudio's access.
It'll be not be done prior to the final of the map, so it's coming.
Okay, so it sounds like, Mr. Zamudio, that staff will make sure you're connected with Mr. Fernandez so you can complete that transaction, and it should address the concerns that you've raised tonight.
Yeah, he knows. He's spoken to Mr. Rio before. I spoken to him. He knows very well who I am, and we'll contact on a separate note, and we can discuss that. But we've never spoken about the end result.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad that's working out. I appreciate your time. Did you have anything else, Mr. Zamudio, that you'd like to share?
No, thank you, ma'am. I really appreciate it. Man, I get a hold of Mr. Fernandez so we can work it out for the best way so we can resolve the problem.
Perfect. We appreciate both of you.
No, thank you.
All right, Tom or Ann, is there anyone else in the audience that has their hand raised for this item?
Yes, I have one hand, Sophia Balderas. Sophia, I'm going to unmute your mic.
Hi, I'm Sophia Balderas. I own property on Zone, which is adjacent to this, and I just want to encourage the Planning Commission to approve this as soon as possible because it's been a nuisance property that I've been challenged with since day one. So, amen to this. Let's get it done, please.
Thank you. Appreciate your comments.
Welcome. Thank you.
All right. Is there anyone else in the audience that'd like to speak on this item? Ann or Tom, do you see anyone?
No, there's no more hands raised at this time.
Thank you so much. All right, seeing no more hands raised in the audience, I will close the public hearing, bring it back to the commission for discussion and or a motion.
Can I ask a question of staff?
Yes.
Do we have a condition in here to address the resolution, the easement issue?
Yes, the conditions are designed that handle that staff level. We have, it's flexible enough that everything will be addressed.
Okay. That's fine, thank you.
This is Daniel, and let me just kind of elaborate a little bit on what you guys have discussed. There's an existing 30-foot access easement, so we cannot record a map that eliminates or deletes that easement without, consulting with the developer and the property owner. So we would not allow this map to record without everybody being made whole. There's several easements that will work with the developer and adjacent property owner with. Now, if they're not resolved, this map cannot be recorded.
That's exactly what I need to hear. Thank you.
Chairperson Smith, it does look like there's a couple of people with their hand raised now, so I'll leave it up to you and the commission if you want to reopen the public hearing.
Yes, let me reopen the hearing. So if you can let me know who's in the audience that would like to speak.
I have Alfonso Perez. Mr. Perez, I'm going to unmute your mic. You may speak.
I just have a question about how they normally go. I live on the property on Ron Court, one of the properties, and I was wondering how it works, what they do about the fencing. So when they put those new lots in, do they just build another fence right next to the existing one, or would they rebuild that one? Some parts of the fence are pretty beat up. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. That's a good question. I'm going to ask staff to assist us in answering that.
Yeah, I can answer it. Typically, the developer would be working with the owners of the surrounding areas to come up with a new fencing if staff felt that the fences that are present there are in poor condition. Usually with new homes for lots, a developer would want to go ahead and put in the perimeter fencing. So they're usually going to contact you, work with you to tear down the fence, and then they will put it up.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Perez. There's someone else in the audience that would like to speak on this matter. And do you see anyone else?
Sophia, who's has her hand raised again. I don't know if she wants to say something else or if that's left over for Ann. Can you unmute her mic? Never mind, she lowered her hand. So it looks like somebody else is wishing to speak.
I'm having a difficult time hearing you, Mr. Westbrook.
Nobody else is wishing to speak.
Okay, no one. All right, so then this time we will close the public hearing again, bring it back to the commission. Unless there are any questions, I will be asking for a motion on this item.
I'll go and make a motion. We make a determination that project is exempt from environmental review pursuant to CEQA guideline 15332 for infill projects, and approve 20-11 BTSM subject to findings and conditions contained in draft resolution PC 21-04.
Thank you. I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Yes, Commissioner Catchell,
Aye.
Commissioner Del Nero, Commissioner Johnson,
Aye.
and Chairperson Smith.
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0.
All right, thank you. There is no new business, no public meetings, no unfinished business, and no matters initiated by the planning commission or staff. So we will move on to reports. Does anyone on the commission have anything they'd like to report this evening?
No.
I'm good.
Okay, seeing none. Chairperson, I have nothing to report. City attorney? You're on mute.
Nothing to report.
We made you unmute to tell us you had nothing to report.
Okay, nothing to report.
Got
Can you
you.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. I was pulling your leg. All right, city staff. Anybody on city staff have anything to report?
Nope.
Tom?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Seeing that, then I will adjourn the meeting to the next regularly scheduled planning commission meeting, which will be held on Monday, March 1st. You all take care. It's good to see you.
Awesome. Take care.
Have a nice night.